Hello and welcome back. In this video, we'll walk you through the emite data dictionary, your go-to resource for understanding how Genesys data integrates into the emite analytics engine. Think of it as your cheat sheet for data, a guide that explains what each field in emite means, where it comes from, and how it should be used in your reports and dashboards. You can find it in Confluence, and in this video, I will walk you through the Genesys Cloud Data Dictionary. We highly suggest having this page bookmarked moving forward. Before we dig deep into the data dictionary, here's what you need to know about how emite presents data, especially in a cube report format. We have what we call the X and Y axis. The Y axis, also known as measures, is the numbers you track, like total calls or abandoned calls, while the X axis represents the dimensions. These are the labels that help you group those numbers, like agent, queue, or date. Now I will walk you through the data dictionary, and there are 3 sections, starting with the index summary. The number of indexes is ultimately dependent on how your Genesys cloud is configured. This will determine the data types and granularity, as well as the measures and dimensions that will be included in the index. These indexes are more of an emite initiative, since emite is getting a lot of rich data from Genesys Cloud. Emite took the initiative to group these pieces of data by way of indexes. And as you would notice, the label or the naming of these indexes will give you a hint as to what type of data you'll be able to access within that index, whether it's observational or historical. Next would be predefined measures. These are the data points that come ready-made from Genesys Cloud. You don't need to build them because they're already available. They are grouped according to their data perspective, observations, aggregates, or detail records, and type, user status, conversation flow, etc. For example, total calls offered, abandoned calls, or calls answered. Think of these like items you buy off the shelf at a store. They're standard and available for everyone. You may find tables which include the naming and definitions for predefined measures, and the emite index where these measures can be found, as well as the alias naming used for these measures. The metric name matches the naming used in the Genesys APIs, while the alias name matches the naming used in the Genesys Cloud interface. More information about metric categorization in the Genesys APIs can be found at the Genesys Developer Center. Lastly, we have custom measures. These are fields that emite already provides, but if you have creator access, you can edit or adjust them to match how your team measures KPIs. For instance, maybe your business defines average hold time differently, or you want a unique way of calculating service level. With creator access, you can customize these fields, so your reports truly reflect your own performance standards. Now that we know how Data Dictionary would be able to help you, let's take a simple example. Imagine you want to know how many abandoned calls your queues had today. If you open the Data Dictionary, it will show you exactly what abandoned calls means, where that number comes from, and how often it gets updated. This means when you create your report, you can be confident that you and your team are looking at the same definition. No guessing, no mixed interpretations. And here's more good news. If you're using Amazon Connect, a dedicated data dictionary is also available in Confluence, giving you the same clarity and confidence when working with your contact center data. Remember, data is only powerful when it's understood. With the emite data dictionary, you're not just looking at numbers, you're making informed, impactful decisions. Thank you for watching, and see you on the next video.